I tend to find that when we try and approach calisthenics, specifically skill training, in a more structured and methodical manner, we try and set a routine, right? We've got these fundamental pillars, consistent days where we need to ensure frequency in, training the plants, right? In that sense, you can kind of see that there's a lot of similarities with weight training and calisthenics, in particular with how we approach it in that training science, right? And I don't really want to be talking about the science behind it, like the actual analysis. I kind of want to talk about the anecdotal side, the experience and the journey that's required and you experience throughout that meantime, right? So more of the personal side. And when I consider that, I find that, it gets rather dull. It's very crude. It's a very raw and it's a very consistent journey, right? Consistent meaning that everything is rather repetitive. You need to just get in there and hit those reps, right? Hit those rep sets, get in the frequency, expose yourself to all those isometrics and, get the bulk volume in to build your strength, right? So I know that one of my subscribers mentioned that his perspective differs quite a bit with me. I tend to find that if I don't see genuine progression, I find it very demotivating and I don't really have that incentive to continue to drive, right? If I can't see the results of my hard work, it's a lot harder to see the end goal, right? And he mentioned that in his case, he just enjoys calisthenics holistically, right? He just loves it a lot and, he could just continue doing calisthenics all the time, right? And I completely understand his mindset, right? I was like that as well, right? I really enjoyed calisthenics to the point where I was nearly obsessed, right? That was the only thing on my mind. I just loved training. I loved the idea of training. Now, in that case, in that stage of my journey, that was in the early stages where my progression was rather fast, right? It was almost as if anything I did, like regard how whatever reckless things I've established, I always got results, right? Now, that's like new beginnings, right? As you get more advanced, you need consistency, right? You need discipline and you need to just get in there and do the work, right? If you get in there and just make sure you hit all those sessions, eventually you'll increase in strength, right? So it's a matter of trusting the process, and that is something I'm still trying to reconcile to this day, right? And when I consider that, right, I tend to find that with training in that continuous sense, like that consistent sessions, things get very boring. And, like you can't expect to improve every session. It's rather ironic that people advocate for improving every single day by 1%, right? But that, in an average sense, right? If you average every single day, yes, you will improve 1% per day, but don't expect to have a literal improvement of 1% every single day, right? Some days you might improve like, 0.1%, right? Other days you might improve like 5%, right? And those days are like the breakthroughs, specifically those the mindset breakthrough. And I've talked a bit into that in my other videos, but what I'm trying to say is there's going to be days where you regress, right? You're going to drop down by like 3%, right? So don't come in here with this idealistic mindset thinking that you're always going to improve, right? That's not really, I don't think that's the proper experience that you should expect from calisthenics, specifically skill training, right? You can't expect to improve every single day. Overall, if you do your routines right, if you have a consistent workout, right, then in the end goal, yes, you'll improve in the end, but the journey is going to have ups and downs, right? The net end is going to be an increase, right? In that sense, these workouts that I'm like uploading on YouTube every single day, right? Or not every single day, but every single session. It seems as though like my progress isn't really showing itself. It's not displayed as effectively, right? And like I've got to the point where I'm not too fussed about it, right? I've I'm doing it more so through a level of feeling, right? And just seeing how I feel with the plunge, right? Whether I felt like this leaning was hard or easy in the day. And like I've kind of dialed back from that obsessive idealistic point of just like constantly comparing myself to my former self and all that, right? I don't really see myself improving every single day, but in the long run, I would like to improve, right? So that's basically it, and I'll finish it off here.